one is frozen.
Is it?
New timeout lengths. You can now put people in timeout for different lengths, ranging from 10 seconds. Got it.
Unfreeze? Let me see.
Sorry.
Okay. Hey there.
We're getting it together,
We
people.
are. Hello.
Coming right back. I'll be back.
Let me scoot up.
Happy
so I can-
Halloween, everybody.
We are coming to you.
Hello.
Hey, this is our first time on YouTube.
This
Yes.
is exciting.
Yes. Conversations Overheard is going live on YouTube. What? Yes.
Man, we have tried to you just need to turn it a little bit.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
got too much dead space.
We have been trying to figure this thing out for so long. I am like, I could do a cartwheel.
I'm
I
sorry.
can't do a cartwheel, but I would try and do a cartwheel because I am just that excited.
You can do a cartwheel.
No, I can't.
You can't, seriously?
I cannot.
Shut up.
I could do one of them fake things. Yeah,
With your chicken wing
Yes,
legs all
yeah.
bent over.
exactly.
Okay, so at any rate, we are going live tonight on YouTube, and we're very excited about this. And we need you guys to like, share, and subscribe to our Conversations Overheard YouTube page.
And leave a comment, please.
Please leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Because you
Let's
know
keep
what?
the conversation going.
Yes.
That's what we want to do.
Because even after the video ends, we do need and we want to keep the conversations
Yeah.
going with you guys.
Because you guys text us personally and like, hey, that was so good, and I thought this and I thought that, because you think the conversation's over, but it doesn't have to be over
Or
if you leave a comment, because we
you
can
make a
respond.
mistake of when you see Kim and I in the streets and you talk about the show and then you don't talk about your comments, and Kim is going to get you.
Wait a minute, when you see Kim and I in the streets, like I don't go in the streets?
No. We
I
were
know, like, what?
we were at Bureau, and remember the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I tune into the show all the time," da-da-da-da-da-da. And you just got him. You were like, "Did you leave comments?"
Whatever.
One of your frat brothers
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
that didn't know about the show. So at any rate, at any rate, we need you guys to tell us what you think. Online, on the show. Texting us is great. We love it. We love to hear it. But let's keep the conversation going online too. Okay?
So we're going to get right on into it. Happy Halloween, first of all, to both of you.
To you all as well.
Yes.
Not sure what you're dressed as.
Tell them what your dress says, Gary.
Wayne's World. You gotta be a little old, you know. You gotta be mature.
I'm a little old. I still didn't get that one, but okay.
It's on Netflix if you want to
I know.
check it out.
I just wouldn't have
tonight.
guessed that from the jersey and the hat, but
I thought he was a Redskin fan.
oh, and I thought that was a Black Hawk.
It is a black card.
Oh,
Oh.
see how much I know?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I tried.
let's jump right into this
Let's do it.
conversation. We are talking about, so there's a whole lot of lists going around of places that
Watch that
people where you shouldn't take people, where men should not take women on dates. And it includes a whole lot of chain restaurants, the gym, and crazy places. So we meaning 50 plus people, have our own thoughts on that. And then as a 56, soon to be 57-year-old woman, I have my own thoughts on that too. And I was just thinking, I was getting dressed today, and I was thinking, man, do we have like our dating expectations too high? You know, I mean, I'm not subscribing to this school of thought that you shouldn't go to the gym, you shouldn't go on picnics, you shouldn't go on long walks. Because quite honestly, I've had some of my best moments with people that I care about have been on long walks, have been at the beach or something like that. And it didn't cost anything. It was little to nothing that that was spent. But it was just the quality time that was spent with people.
But I think that the younger generation really feels like in order for it to be a meaning and valuable date and something that's going to lead to a next date, you have to go in your pocket and spend some dough.
Because they're equating dollars to happiness.
They're equating dollars to
like how much you're interested.
not just that, but it's their time. I mean, they're thinking like, I'm not sacrificing my time, and you aren't
You're not
taking me
paying
here,
for it.
and you're not spending, you know,
So that-
a grip.
So they're prostituting out their time.
Well,
But
it is kind of.
but there's also a part of it that you know, if you do that on the first date, the dates are supposed to keep getting better. So I mean, it's like buying your first house and it's 11
Yeah.
bedrooms. I mean, where do you graduate to that from there?
I mean, we understand that. You know, we get that. They don't necessarily get that. You know, I mean, I don't want to spend too much time talking about people that are, you know, 30 years younger than us, 20 years younger than us. But,
No.
But in our age bracket, we know that, you know, I mean, unless you're Michael Jordan or somebody who has cash to spend and you can spend, you know, $10,000 on a date, but that's ridiculous. I think at this age, we should be looking at the person like, I really want to get to know you. Do I even want
Yeah.
to give any of my time to you? And it has nothing to do with, you know, buying my time. I don't want you to be a cheapskate, but at the same time, I don't want to feel like, you know, I don't really like you, but you spend a lot of money on me. That's not going to make me want a second date either. I mean, it's not going to make me want a second date. It may make somebody want a second date.
I mean, I had a problem with it from the jump because I mean they named the Cheesecake Factory and
You were offended by the cheesecake.
yeah, that was all.
Everybody was saying, I was like, what's wrong with Cheesecake Factory?
I mean, and you know, don't get me wrong. It's a joke amongst my friends because they know how much I appreciate it, and I have
Oh, you like
friends.
it that much?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
What's your favorite dish?
It's the shrimp and chicken
Jambalaya.
Spicy. It's the spicy cashew. It's supposed to be chicken, but I get shrimp instead.
Okay. All right. Well.
And their egg rolls are actually really good.
Is that pasta in this dish?
Rice.
Rice. Okay.
But I mean, I'm a huge cheesecake fan, and so when I saw that, you know, the rest of the list,
You like,
we're
swipe.
just get that out of here.
There are chains. They said any chain restaurant, and it's a lot of pretty
Capital
pricey.
Grill,
Well, Capital Grill, Roots Chris,
STK,
Ocean's Prime. It's a lot of very
Smith and
pricey
Wollensky.
A
steakhouses.
lot of high-end
Yeah,
chains.
a lot of high-end
There you
chains.
go.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
really,
And a chain, actually, what it really means is that the
Yeah.
restaurant has done so well that it's been able to franchise it out. That's a good thing,
yeah,
right? It's not a bad thing that it's not a
or even
mom and pop shop.
Everything is
even in the
yeah.
cooking world, you know, you have multiple locations.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it might not even necessarily be a franchise. It just may be like one location is not enough to meet the demand that we have, or
True.
I want to be in multiple cities, or whatever that impetus is.
You're growing the brand because people want it. It's a
It's necessary.
well, yeah. It's a demand is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
get at. Yeah.
and I do get, because I posted a list that I saw and put my picture on it because I agreed with the sentiment of it, and most people agreed with it as well. I think I found out that the list was originated by a man. I don't care. I agreed with the sentiment, and there's nothing wrong with establishing boundaries, because somebody put on my page and I never responded because I just thought you're just reaching. Some people just like to be contrary just for the sake of. And she said, what if somebody takes you to McDonald's? Then you're just they're not putting any thought into it. And I just thought, well, I mean, I don't know when's the last time somebody's offered to take me to McDonald's. It's not a big deal. Like, who would take you to McDonald's unless you are a kid? So nobody, like, don't reach for shit that's not there. You know, it's just not
She
there.
took it to the extreme, is what she did.
Exactly.
That's what it
so
was.
I just thought
you know.
that's ridiculous, whatever. But
Yeah.
and then somebody else had to put, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with having or saying that you don't want to eat crap food from a chain. So again, chain restaurants don't necessarily have to be crap food. If you're thinking like a burger joint, I mean, you can get a salad there if possible. But I think there's nothing wrong with establishing boundaries you know, because, or having expectations when you're dating somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just to judge somebody by the size of their wallet as opposed to as opposed to the size of their heart, I just think is wrong.
Well, I mean, if somebody's gonna put a price on it, I'm gonna have some expectations too. So, I mean, now that we're putting prices on things, because I mean, even in the case of a burger chain, there are high-end burger joints. Cheval is a high-end burger joint.
Never heard of it, but okay.
So,
But I don't eat burgers.
Right.
but within that, I mean, if we're gonna start putting prices on it, like it has to be to this level, then I have expectations too.
Right.
You know, I have to receive these things. If I'm gonna be providing,
Wait. Are you talking about they gotta give you?
I
They
didn't,
gotta put it out.
I didn't specify that. But when you open that door, I'm thinking in that
That's a whole
direction.
other conversation. So you think, okay, so I spent X amount on this woman, so now she's got to give me some ass. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that if she's going to be arbitrary and eliminate, you know, starting with one of my favorite restaurants, then I'm going to start thinking about, you know, what am I getting out of this? Is it worth it to me? Why am I doing this?
So let's just look at it from a different perspective. I don't feel like it's wrong to have expectations of a first date.
I don't think so either.
I do feel like there should be a level and a limit and some parameters set. You know, if somebody told me they want to spend $10,000 on me on the first date, I'm gonna be thinking like that. He wants some ass. I don't want you to spend $10,000 on me. I don't want to feel indebted to anybody. So that's just me. But let's just say there's a person out there that feels like, you know what? I'm this girl. I'm all of that. You got to do this if you want my time. Everybody who is fancying this girl knows about it, so they know they have to come out their pocket. Then they have that already established. And if that's their jam, then go for it. Then that's what they do. So I'm not going to. I can only speak for me and pretty much people in our generation that I know, right? I can give like a somewhat of a consensus of the people that I know. But other people, I mean, like if you're in a different tax bracket and this is how y'all get down on the first date, go for it. I'm taking you on my yacht. Okay, but you're used to that. You know, how do you go from dating Michael Jordan and then the next person wants to just take you to what did you say, Lemonade?
Man.
Then they may be looking at it like that's McDonald's,
Right.
in their mind. So when you look at it from a different perspective, it's just the lifestyle that you're used to, the quality of things that you're used to, and what you deem is important. I ain't judging.
Let me say this. At some point, you're going to end up at Chipotle with me. You know, that's gonna happen.
Because you like Chipotle.
I like Chipotle as well.
But if
I'm
you
also
spend more money, because what I heard you say, and I could be wrong.
No, you heard him right.
If you Gary, take a woman out and you spend, you know,
$2,000.
$1,000. A combo, instead of
on
combo.
dinner. Okay, so then your expectation is afterwards, dessert is on you. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Man, we might not even make it out the restaurant.
No,
Okay, so-
that's what she meant by dessert.
I know. It might be in the bathroom.
So
That's really disgusting.
and so let me
Not
just
if you
say
do it
this.
You bring a tarp.
I mean, I don't believe in starting things that I can't finish. And you know, man, I can actually prepare you a 5-star meal if I really want to make sure that something is for that thing, for that purpose. But my point is that eventually we're gonna get to Chipotle. We're gonna get to those places. I eat there often. So within that, if I start off something and you have an expectation of where you want me to start, then I have an expectation, or I should be able to have an expectation of what I'm going to get out of this.
How you want it to be finished. I
Yes.
get it. I mean,
And that just goes to show you that nothing is free.
nothing is
And you,
not
and you, let me
free.
tell you.
Right.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Nothing is free. Nothing is free.
But even in that same vein, if nothing is free, I have an expectation that I'm gonna take you out. I want to see if you know which fork to use. I want to do all of those things. But when you say, man, what I'm offering you is not good enough, and I understand nobody wants to be basic. Nobody wants to go to McDonald's. But when you start getting some of those mid-grade restaurants out of there, and that's where we have to start from. I'm like, wow, that's a lot. That's too much. Maybe.
I want to go back to the fork. So if she uses the wrong fork, if she uses the dinner fork for the salad.
I was wondering
Are
about this
you-
fork thing.
are you
So
like-
now you're testing?
All right.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I mean, I use that figuratively. I don't. I'm
Well,
not,
you said
I'm not, I'm not
that
the,
you're gonna be
I'm-
looking
But
for
do
it.
you test
But
your
I'm not
dates?
the. I'm not the etiquette police
But do you test dates? Do you test your women?
for this reason.
Not necessarily on etiquette, but just because I believe that
For this reason,
that
because
men do push the limit, like push the envelopes on certain things just to see how far they can push things.
I test my dates for this reason because I could end up sitting down with the pimp or the pope and everybody in between. So I need to know where you fit in. If it's certain things that if you don't know, then you might not be geared for this audience. So I'm just trying to find out.
So you want to know, like, where you can take this person.
Exactly.
How is she going to read the room?
Oh, I see.
If she can read,
Yes.
right? Or if she can't.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I get it.
Do I take it to the pimp's house or do I take
Take it to the
home?
Pope.
Right.
To the Pope,
You can come watch football.
Vatican's or 63rd Street.
Right, man. You for the tailgate, you for the dinner party, so.
I get it. I get it.
And the ideal woman is the woman that can do both.
Yeah.
Or all.
Right.
Or
Because
most.
that's what I feel like the ideal man is too. Somebody that
I
you
totally
can
agree.
take them everywhere.
I
Anywhere,
agree.
everywhere. They can converse.
And I don't think that as far as like setting boundaries, like I said, is not a bad thing. It's actually, I think it's a very good thing, and it's a very healthy thing to set boundaries as to what it is you can take, cannot take, where it is you will go, won't go, and even choosing your mate, I think is very healthy to set boundaries. Like the type of communication that you prefer, the type of communicating what your love language is and how you want to be loved. So I think it's really good. And if that person can't step up to the plate and meet you and come to your level of expectation, then it probably just will not work. And at
So
this age,
are we talking about people who are just meeting, or are we talking about people that are in a relationship at this point?
well, just either one, because I know you're in a relationship, so
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to figure out.
just either one.
Okay, so
There-
I have a question though before you.
But the list was talking about like on the first date.
All right.
So, yeah.
I'm kind of just wondering, were we talking, or are we talking about are our expectations realistic, or are they not? Because I'm kind of lost with this conversation. It's going all around
It
the
is.
world.
I think
So-
that your question is valid, and I'm assuming that your question is our
Our
expectations realistic.
in finding someone to date or finding the perfect mate. Are we reaching for the stars, or is it something that's truly
Are we looking under the rug?
attainable? Right.
This one.
The stars are.
I feel like a man that says, to a woman, your idea of what a mate should look like is unrealistic when it's just things like, I want you to be able to communicate. I want you to be thoughtful. I want you to be honest. I want you to be consistent. And I want you to be compassionate and caring. And I want you to want to have a partner. If it's just things that are just normal like that, and someone says, I think you're just like reaching for the stars, you're
and
too much.
I've seen on social media men tell women that.
But let me just finish this up real quick, and you can.
doing too much.
I just feel like if a man says, I can't do that, he's really saying, I'm incapable, I'm inept, I'm subpar of being able to step up to that plate. Even though he may say it's you, he's deflecting and projecting bullshit,
Absolutely.
so that he doesn't have to say,
What? You don't
I don't
agree
know
with
how
that?
to. I don't know how to do these things. I'm not good at it. I don't want to do it, and I'm too
You
selfish.
don't agree with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that people have unrealistic expectations, and they're shaped by things like social media. TikTok.
Tell me what the realistic
I want to be
expectation-
flued out. You don't have.
What?
I'm sorry. Let me speak in the
No.
the king's English.
What?
So you
Flown?
never heard that? Yeah.
Like in a plane?
Yeah. Yes.
So
No,
that's
I've never
like,
heard
that's like you know the ghetto vernacular when people say flued out. It means like some guy or a person has flown you to him for a visit.
So I
But
thought
you
you were
got-
responding to what I said.
I am
Right.
responding, and
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah,
that
but you didn't understand.
a person wants to be flown out,
Right.
but they got like uber over skills. You know, that's as far as I want. You know, based on what they're providing.
What do you mean Uber?
No, you're not
over
responding to
skills?
what I said. You're responding to whatever was in your head.
What's Uber over skills?
I'm gonna Uber you over here. I ain't,
Oh,
you ain't getting on
Uber
the plane. You
over.
can jump in this. You can jump in this
Skills?
fusion.
I
or,
was
you
talking
know,
about a
this-
normal person. You talking about
No. But my point, Janae, is that women will present these things to you. Those are the expectations sometimes that are being put out there, and it's like you're not the person that gets flown anywhere. You know that.
That's not what I said, Gary. I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
Repeat
I feel like
it,
we're
I'm
sitting on
sorry.
two different couches. I simply said that a woman who has realistic expectations. I named them. There were a whole bunch of C's: communicative, caring, consistent,
That the man is
compassionate. And if he can't step up to the plate, it is him. If he says that's unrealistic, right? You want too much. You're doing too much. I feel like that man is the man who is projecting and deflecting his incapabilities, his inabilities, him not being able to step up. And he's trying to say, no, it's your problem because you want too much. And you started talking about
being
Ooh,
fluid.
Aqua
so let me
Shaniqua,
say
who
this.
can't,
Let me say this.
like, I don't even,
I
can't
don't
with you.
disagree with you on that. As a matter of fact, I totally agree. Because I have seen men say, "Oh, you know, that's too much," but it's usually the woman. A list, of requirements like the man got to be making 300,000. He has to be over 6'5". He has to do this. He got to drive this.
No
so
kids.
that's and so in addition to the qualifications that you just mentioned, that's when men usually say too much. Like, come on, seriously. And so, but I'll say, in addition to what you're saying, I think that if you listen carefully to certain people, they will tell you what they are not when they're bragging on what they are.
for sure.
People who go on and on about, oh, I'm so loving and I'm so caring and I'm so compassionate and I'm a great guy. And women who do the same thing, the pick me. There's a whole lot of pick Mishas, out here, like pick Misha, pick me, and I'm so loving. I cook well. I do this, and it's like if you have to say that you're so wonderful, that you're so compassionate, that you're so everything, then you really are not, because
Who are you fooling? Who are you trying to
people will see
persuade?
it naturally.
Yeah.
You don't have to say how wonderful you are. People will see it naturally. You don't have to, put your whole life on display, and list your qualifications.
It should never be one of those things where you like, if you want to know how great I am, just ask me. It shouldn't. You should just know I'm great
Just live
because of
your
the way
life.
I live my life.
Because of the way I live my life, by
The
the
way
way
I
I
live out
treat
loud.
people,
Yeah.
the way I communicate with people, the way I am honest with people.
Yeah.
You should be able to see the good in me by how people respond to me.
Yeah. Then, there's people, and I don't want to get, because we're kind of course, digressing to all these
We
different
are.
ways.
But you
But-
talked about,
Yeah.
the men who say you're doing too much.
There's a lot of people that do good deeds, right? But they do them for selfish reasons, not for selfless reasons. They want the accolades. They want
And
for
they
people
take
to say,
pictures.
"Oh, you're so great."
They
First,
do.
Oh my gosh.
First to Facebook.
Right. Look what I did for
Right.
you, and you, and you,
I'm
and
on
you. Look what I did,
Facebook.
right? I
They could
fed.
be giving the homeless guy $1.
I feel like great, you gave, but do you have to tell everybody?
Right.
Right. It's the, and you posted in the man cave conversations over her man cave, which is doing really well. that what's that low key thing about somebody that really turns you on? And I posted one thing, but another thing is when somebody, I said when they do something really special for you that takes pressure off of you and you didn't even ask them about it. Wasn't no dry begging, no none of that, but just that they do
Somebody
something.
just makes your life easier.
Man, they do it because they exactly
they want to.
They want to make your life easier. But I find it also sexy when a man just does things for other people and never talks about it. You won't hear about it. You just nobody else will hear about it. You know what I mean? I love that quality in a person, in people, not just a man. But I mean, I just think it's a beautiful quality, and I think it's an extraordinary quality in looking for somebody to be your life partner. Just my take on it. But we can bring it back in.
Just want to get that out.
Right.
No, but it's you know, to your earlier statement and question.
Before you went to Aqua Shaniqua?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you're correct. I mean, and the things that you put out there are basic things that anybody should hope to have in a relationship. So I wanted to get back and let you know that I heard you.
Yeah, but that wasn't the point. We know that part's normal. The part about that I really wanted you to kind of expound on was simply, it is the man that says that's unrealistic, you're doing too much, that's his issue within himself, that he doesn't have the skill set to be able to step up. He knows his shortcomings, but he's deflecting and saying it's your issue. But you keep dancing around that and talking about other stuff.
I think that there definitely is a way that, you know, a person will deflect when they don't have the necessary or requisite skills to do something. But I also think that, you know, there's an area of that where, you know, somebody may very well feel that way, and it's not necessarily their inability to do it, but they really honestly feel that that person is not sufficiently motivating them to do those things.
Well, that wasn't the thing.
Well-
Like, it was just simply that somebody said it's unrealistic for you to want these things. Not it's unrealistic for you to want these things because you're not that cute, or it's unrealistic because, you know, you don't look like this, or you don't make this. Not that. Just simply an expectation for a woman to have these things is just too much. It's over the
Well,
top.
I know someone who, and it's a man who is always, you know, when you have when conversations of sex come up, when they arise, he minimizes the importance of sex. And by the way, let me just say, on my Instagram, like we posted House of Bones, and a follower was like, is 90% of your conversations are sex? Is really sex that important? Absolutely, it is. Even if you're not having it, it's for procreation. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful expression of love and caring and feeling. Even if you're not having it, you know, it is important.
It's intimacy.
It's
And
intimacy.
it should
So
also be
it
the
is-
absolute most that you can give
It
and share
is-
with the person.
and share your body, especially as a woman. You know, we are the receivers. So yes, it's beautiful. It's sacred. It shouldn't be as casual as a kiss. For, you know, so like dating multiple people and having sex with all of them, to me, is not the thing to do. You should
Very
you should
important.
wait for that special person. So, but this person that I know minimizes sex and saying that, you know, oh, at this age, you know, sex isn't that important, and he minimizes it because I think he has a medical problem, and so therefore he wants his wife to not feel like
He wants to be married?
he is married. So he wants his wife to not feel like it is important, even though she feels like it's very important. But he's trying to gaslight and brainwash her to bring her sexual libido down through conversation and make it sound like it's not important.
That's
Right?
manipulative.
It is, but he's not alone. I know people who are like that. So to your point, like, they try to minimize.
Yeah,
and
because they're deflecting
they're
from the real
deflecting.
issue.
That yes.
Like, if you were every morning, you be like, wake up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me show you something.
You would be like, you need your rest. You don't need
Yeah. So for
You need
those
to have
people
sex, right?
who are on my Instagram page saying, is sex all you guys talk about? It isn't. Is it important? Hell yeah, it's important. Even though I ain't even having it, it's important. Damn it,
And
it's important.
50 plus doesn't make you dead.
It does not.
Hello, it's a lot of
My
life left to
God.
live, and quality of life is extremely important right now. I mean, literally, every day you should be living life.
And quality of sex too. I mean, you should be
That's
getting
part
some
of
good
life.
sex. You should
Absolutely.
know more what you're doing. You should
Absolutely.
you should have learned and picked up some things. You should have a type now. You should be
living your best life,
Right.
your best
And you
sex
should-
life
you
with
should-
your.
That's right. With
exactly.
your significant other, you should be pouring into them till you just can't pour anymore.
Come on, Reverend. Preach.
Wow.
Amen.
Well,
Amen.
take your time, Pastor. Take your time.
Preach. Teach.
I'm just saying. So,
It's real.
So people stop
Yeah.
asking me, is that all you guys talk about and is it important? Yes, it's important, and no, it's not all we talk about. All right,
No,
yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
that thinks that's all that we talk about, they are not paying attention and watching the shows because we talk about a number of different things. That is one of them, and it's an important one. And we're not going to minimize it to make other people happy. It's real.
It is real. That's exactly right. So
What I would like is for a man to make a list of what he wants, his expectations.
For the first day,
Not just for the first date, but in a woman. Just like what you should be able to do, what you
oh, that's simple.
well, make a list and make it go viral. So yeah, make a list.
She got her own money. She let me watch football. I can take her places. She pays every now and then. She has a good open attitude about a lot of things. She's willing to try new things. And man, she likes travel and she likes food. That's it. You got me. She believes in the Lord.
What about cooking? What about cleaning?
I got the cooking.
Did you say communication?
Communication.
What about cleaning? Does she have to like wash dishes? I mean,
She wants
what
to
are your
ask you
what are
that.
your
She
you
wants
know
to
I
ask you for- So she's digging at that.
I mean, we can typically in my relationships, this is how they work. We got to a point where we found those things that we did. Where maybe I was the cook in some of the relationships, maybe she was the cook in some of them. I was always the person that took the garbage out. I was always the mopper. I was always, what else was I always? I was always the person, the light bulb changer, spider killer.
Gary,
So-
I can't imagine somebody being a cook in your relationship. They're like, I made you dinner, baby. He's like, okay.
I'm
mean,
looking
look.
at it like it was so weird.
Look,
Oh.
won't say it's good. He's like, it's chewing.
no, don't perpetuate that because
Is it good?
no. I am the person that I intentionally want to be able to always enjoy a Whopper from Burger King.
She's not cooking a Whopper.
But I'm saying I want
Let
to
me
stay.
check these ears. Are they on?
I want to stay
You
attached.
said about
I want to stay attached to common things.
She cook.
I don't expect every meal to be scrumptious. Some things are just going to be sustenance, and I don't want to judge.
It's just nourishment.
Right. I don't want to judge.
Crackers for
I don't
food.
want to judge to the point where everything has to be this high level of something. I can appreciate the most common thing.
No, I'm just saying. If she made tuna fish, like,
I would love it.
you don't know if you would love it because you haven't tasted it yet. You would just pretend like you love it.
No. If it were good, and if it were a developmental opportunity, maybe I say something, or maybe I become the tuna fish guy. I don't know. We can work through those things.
I was really just kidding, but you made me take it there.
No, because you have no idea how many times I get that. It's like, well, I know you don't want this, or you're not gonna like this,
No,
or a person is afraid to cook for me.
Hmm.
I like to eat other people's food.
You like, I need a break.
So yeah, that's my list. Definitely. I'm sure there's some things that I left off. There's some things that'll be added. But if we can communicate, I can take you places. you'll let me watch football, and you'll pay every now and then, we off to a good start.
Okay. All
See,
right.
that's fair.
You should post that in the man cave.
To me, that makes a lot of sense, right? To me, all this is normal stuff. But if a girl says to you, a woman says to you, nah, that's just unrealistic. No, you asking too much. I ain't doing it. I would be like, oh my God, what do you, like?
But at this stage of the game, when somebody eliminates themselves, you just, you kindly proceed on to the $200 prize round, and you leave them in the $100 prize round. And that's perfectly okay. Not everybody gets to go to the $200 prize round. If a person tells you something, just listen, keep it moving, do your thing.
Okay. We deviated. We were
all over the
all
spectrum.
over. This is very ADD tonight.
But that's the essence of who we are and what
It is.
we do here.
It is.
We have
I'm trying to bully y'all back in.
Conversation is like this.
I know.
we have natural and organic conversation, and they sometimes go where they go.
They do.
And do what they do.
And we all bring unique perspective and insight into it. So it's sometimes we're gonna, there's some tangents that
Very
we're gonna visit.
non-scripted, raw, real. Speaking of raw, real conversations, 11:11 at 11 a.m. 11:11 at 11 a.m. Did you hear me? 11:11 at 11 a.m.
At the 16th Street Bar.
Woo! What's the
You-
exact address of that bar?
75 East 16th Street.
Say it again.
75 East 16th Street, Chicago, Illinois.
Are having our second in-person event.
We want you there.
Come and say hi. Come and mingle with us. Come
You
and
gotta
have
do more than say
conversations.
hi. I want you
Well,
to
yeah,
listen and participate.
We're having some real and raw conversations. 2 rules. Absolutely no video recording the
No.
conversations,
0.
and be respectful of other people's opinions. So, and we're gonna have a great time meeting people. Come and drink.
We are
and
going to announce
eat.
what the topics are probably in the next couple of days so that you guys get an idea of what we're going
Yes.
to talk about.
Yes.
We'll have drink specials there for you
Yes, we will.
and mix and mingling afterwards. So
Mix and mingle afterwards. You might see somebody across the room. You like their vibe. You like the way they look. You like the way they're talking. You like the way they think, and you want to meet them. This is a perfect opportunity for you to do that.
all right.
11:11 at 11 a.m.
75 East 16th Street,
16th Street Bar.
Chicago, Illinois.
Be there.
You be there.
All right. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Let's do it.
You like my gym shoes, guys? Look.
Yes.
Sparkly.
Yes.
My Chucks.
Sparkly.
Kim just be out here slaughtering the boot camp.
Now, I don't know how to turn off a live, honestly, to be quite honest, because we've never done this before. But
That's a great point. Thank you, Stephen Thomas. I don't even know what you're talking about, but yes, thank you.
okay, I think if I do this, it might end it.
Yeah. Hit that. Okay.
Are you sure you
End.
want to stop
Yeah.
streaming? Yes.